Good day. Now, let's take a look at the NSTP timeline. Together, let us discover the evolution of the National Service Training Program or NSTP. Let us all take a look at the different parts of history in which made NSTP the subject that it is today to the education of the college students. Tackling war, education, literacy, and everything under NSTP, this is the NSTP timeline. The NSTP first popped up in our history at the University of Santo Tomas. During the Spanish colonization, there was a training course similar to what is presently known as the Reserve Officer Training Course or ROTC at the University of Santo Tomas. This then led to the formation and establishment of the ROTC or the Reserve Officer Training Corps here in the Philippines. This takes us to the Commonwealth Act of 1935. Passed by our former President Manuel Quezon, this is in the mission to create a Philippine Army, an independent Philippine Army which was then later interrupted by World War II. The ROTC played a huge role in the World War II. Took place in the year 1935. Products of ROTC were called to colors, and they have made a great contribution during the occupation and proved their significance to the country, cementing ROTC and the formation of the Philippine Independent Army to the Filipino society. Let us now take a look in the events of 1980. The post-Marcos era gave us the Presidential Decree number 1706, otherwise known as the National Service Law. This was signed by our former President Ferdinand Marcos on August 8, 1980. And it made national service obligatory for all Filipino citizens and specified three categories of the national service. Up next, taking a look at the Aquino administration, where President Aquino signed the Republic Act number 7077 into law in 1991. This would then be challenged by youth organizations years after. 2001 marked the protests of the Filipino youth against mandatory ROTC. This then forced the government to rethink its system and demand a reinvention of the ROTC. And this would then be followed by the Republic Act number 9103, or the Nstp Republic Act, which was published in the year 2001 as well. This includes a civic, education, and defense preparedness program for Filipino tertiary education students instituted by the Philippine government on January 23, 2002 by the virtue of Republic Act number 9163, otherwise known as the National Service Training Program Act of 2001. Taking a deep dive at the NSTP, or National Service Training Program, we have discovered the story behind the formation of this NSTP and the role that the people, the government, and the youth played to its reformation. This has been the NSTP timeline presented by Richmond Legaspi in the service of the Filipino.